when you look at some of the predictions that you made in your earlier books that have come true,
which is all of them, by the way.
all of them. In the worst case scenario, if Trump gets re-elected in 2020, what do you predict are the greatest challenges facing not only the United States, but our allies and the institutions like NATO that are being put in place to keep the world order?
That is one of the scarier questions that I've had this week, because you clearly have read my books. The funny thing is, I write these books, but I don't read them. And last year I had to read Plot to Destroy Democracy before I went on Bill Maher, and I terrified myself. The situation is far more grave than it looks. And, you know, as an intelligence professional, my career, my life, was to warn my nation of threats that were coming towards us. And I have been trying with these books to give you the details of the threats as they exist, including the insider threat that we have from the President of the United States. What could be the effect next year if it's even worse than Donald Trump being elected? Donald Trump being impeached, getting acquitted by the Senate that says that he did nothing wrong, that extortion and blackmail and bribery to get dirt on a foreign power, on an American citizen by using foreign agencies and foreign governments in extorting them for their own self-defense so that their nation can survive, that is now legit politics. I can go to Korea or China and do that. This nation could...
Isn't that what's going to happen?
I'm sorry?
Isn't that what's going to happen, though? I mean,
it's possible.
It seems like there have been so many of these instances where we have some kind of trial or we have some sort of show, and everyone says, well, this will be the moment the Republicans step up. I mean, they're clearly not going to step up.
Yeah, but if we're adults here, all right, and, you know, Donald Trump said this yesterday. He said, this is a sham, this sham activity. This is the Constitution of the United States playing out before your very eyes. What we are looking at is in our founding document, and this man calls it a sham, which tells you what he thinks of the system of American republicanism. He doesn't care about this. He is pushing us to autocracy. But if he's acquitted and he's reelected, you're seeing the grounds for the fracturing or possible permanent breakdown of the American experiment, which my family has risked their lives over 160 years. Ex-slaves ran away to make sure the American promise would be there for their children, their grandchildren, and their progeny. And now we're about to, you know, it's almost like you're saying, I really like this house, but I think I'll just burn it to the ground, right? And then hopefully I can put a tent up in the ashes, because that's what's going to happen.
Can I push back for a second?
Sure, push.
And I'm in by no means a Trump supporter. I'm very far left.
Yeah, that's all right.
But when we say the failure, the breakdown of the American experiment, if he's reelected, isn't being reelected, voted in, part of the American experiment?
Well, we don't know how he's going to get voted in. You have to understand, he won last time by taking the efforts of a foreign agency. We also know that he tried mightily to cheat. Donald Trump cannot win unless he cheats. Right now, we are impeaching him because he tried to cheat. He tried to engineer the attack on Joe Biden. Engineer it using all of the diplomatic power of the United States to withhold our defense obligations to a country that was at war. This is the ultimate cheating. He is trying to engineer the United States government like he did his real estate deals in this city. Cheat, lie, use the mafia, right? In this case, cheat, lie, and have the Attorney General cover up any crime that he's done. He deserves this impeachment. American democracy demands that he does it. Oh, wait, I hear Jefferson and Madison yelling at me right now. Yeah, this is what is required. And if we don't do this, and the reason why Nixon got this, by the way, why it was so grave, because all of the men who were trying him, and most of the men in the United States, had served in World War II or Korea or Vietnam. And they understood the stakes. Yeah, but but we don't need tapes. We probably will have tapes. Yeah. You know the Russians have tapes of these phone calls. They have full spectrum in communications intercept of these guys in Ukraine, and they were using unsecure phone calls. I mean, if Donald Trump's got a mistress, I'd be worried, because Vladimir Putin knows all about it.